Hey, what's going on? How are y'all, friends and family? Kiana Prema here with the wonderful Angela Ward. And we are so excited and delighted and just, I'm going to say excited again and we are so excited and delighted and just, I'm going to say excited. That's going on your side? Can you mute that one? Okay. All right. We're good. We're good.
It was open in other windows and it was like, whoa, a hall of mirrors. It was like infinite expansion. It's happening everywhere.
Welcome to our world. This is what we do. Welcome to the infinite expansion happening everywhere. We're so glad that you're here. Thank you for your grace and our timing as we were getting all of our technical elements together. But we are here today for the 7 healthy habits to support you in your seasonal shift. A little masterclass download for you today as we are moving into the autumn season, and we wanted to offer some insights with you. So if you are, first of all, if you're here joining us live, whether that's on Facebook or YouTube or any other platform, please say hello in the comments. Give us a hashtag live tribe. You guys are important to us. You mean a lot. We really appreciate your energy, and we're available for questions and to really have this be an interactive experience as well. So feel free to use the comments. If you are watching us on Facebook and you've never interacted with StreamYard before, you'll probably see up in the description of the event or of this post, it says click here to allow comments. If you click on that link, we'll be able to see your name, and that makes it more fun so we can shout you out and say hello. So live stream, give us a hashtag live tribe if you're here with us live. And if you are watching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us. We appreciate that so much. We know there
Hi,
are
Julie.
so many. Hey, what's up, Julie? Hi there. Thanks for being here. Live tribe, yes. Hashtag replay for our replay watchers. We're so grateful for you being here. And regardless of whether you're watching us live or on the replay, let us know where you're coming in from. We want to see how far out we're getting in the world right now. We're always looking to grow and expand, but it's interesting just also sometimes to watch the algorithm of who's seeing us, right? Who's seeing us? Where are we getting out there too? So,
Kiana, where are you coming in from?
Thanks, Angela. I am coming in from Sedona, Arizona. I'm in my Creatrix den. Excited to be broadcasting live to you today.
Yeah.
And how about you, Angela?
I'm here in the rainy Seattle. Can you hear the rain outside? It's so nice.
It's been raining all day here today too. I have my beanie hat on.
I know. I feel I had to get a little scarf and I'm feeling the change in the season, and Seattle's been so dry this year more than I've ever seen. And it's like, I can hear the plants going, oh, thank you. So this change of season is, I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. And I'd love to actually, as we jump in today. So again, you guys popping in, we are covering the 7 healthy habits to support your seasonal shift, because it's happening, right? The shift is upon us. And I'm going to just mute you because maybe I'm getting a feedback, Angela. So the shift is upon us, and regardless of where you are in your life, like there's a time to pay attention to what's going on. And what I'm really working with in my own practice right now, and let me introduce myself really quickly for those of you just getting to know me. So my name is Kiana Prema, and I am an entrepreneur and a business mentor. I've been in the wellness industry for 7 years, maybe now at this point, really, as well as being in this kind of merging and intersection of business and wellness and energetics and spirituality in business. So, I kind of dance in all these wonderful worlds. And I very much build my business and teach those that I work with to build their business from an energetic awareness, aware of the seasonal shifts, aware of, the lunar cycles, like being in tune with what's happening in the world. And so our bodies and how we're treating our bodies when we're moving through these transitions are really important. It's important to take some time to pay extra attention, to maybe start some new habits and start to let some of the old ones fall away, shed away, right? And then that's the season that we're in right now, letting some of these old things, this abundance that we've had in the summer, letting some of that shed away. So before I go any further in that, I'd love to just pause and let Angela pop in on here and introduce herself a little bit more. And then just kind of, if you want to just popcorn off of that, I'm sure you have something amazing to say because this is your genius. And let me make sure you're unmuted.
I got it. I think cool. I put my headphones on, so hopefully there won't be feedback. But I'm Angela Ward. I'm a registered nurse. I am also a soul midwife. That's one way I like to think of it. I am a transformational coach with Guardian at the Gateway, where we help people to journey within and return renewed using psychedelic assisted therapy as a model. And I've been a nurse for quite a while and been in the wellness healthcare field, I should say. And the more we've learned, it's really obvious how toxic our broken healthcare system is right now. And right now, our healthcare system is ideal for people that need emergency services, trauma healing, things like that. But really, the ways that we can claim our wellness is by really becoming aware of these seasonal shifts, of ways that we can fold in not only some ideas around nutrition, all the things that we're going to dive into in this teaching today, but also around mindset and our ability to really think from a place of joy and abundance and health and well-being. I mean, it has such an effect on how we thrive. So that is really why I'm excited to have this conversation with you today.
Yay! And this is like, I mean, I feel like this has just become our conversation in so many ways. I've been blessed to get to work with you and your business from a coaching capacity for a year and a half or more, maybe now even. And because you do this deep, powerful, transformative work, like I've gotten to kind of be in that intersection with you, like supporting really more from a business and strategy support, but like deeply connected to the work that you're doing. And then now we're finding this opportunity to really bring those together. And in that growth and work that we've done, the foundational piece, it's been my journey and of course yours, is how we think about things, consciousness around that, prosperity consciousness, wealth consciousness. And as we do that work, we really start to tap into the understanding that wealth and prosperity is about our health. It is about our happiness, right? There is a money piece, but it's about this element. And so we want to take time to really hone in and love and support the body so that it can support us with everything. And I think that actually is a great segue into the first habit that we have. So are you guys ready to dive in and actually start to get into some good detail, nitty gritty of like what it is that we are suggesting you start to put your focus on, that we are suggesting to ourselves and are implementing ourselves as we move forward into this new season? If so, we'd love to get some love, give us some hearts, give us some yeses in the comments. We are here today for the 7 healthy habits for your seasonal shift. And we are going to dive into that right now. And by right now, I mean, as soon as I navigate the
back your notebooks. If you have a ploy to take some notes, you might want to do that. Get a little piece of paper and a pen or something.
That's
right. Go back to the beginning.
Okay. Yep. I just hold on. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Let's get
you got a sneak peek of where we're going. So the idea, one thing I want to say about these healthy habits is this isn't meant to be prescriptive. These are invitations for you to really tap into what resonates with you around how you feel better and what helps you to thrive. So yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Thank you so much for that. So let's dive in. All right. I have to figure out how to drive all these pieces here. So we've already shared who we are. You can't read that anyway. Let's just get right into number 1. And Angela, jump in when you want here. I'll start on this one and then we can go as you feel, but keep yourself well hydrated, right? So important. Summertime, it's like maybe a little bit more obvious that we're like hydration, 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 stay hydrated. But this is actually important all of the time, all of the year, every season. It's important to stay hydrated. And I heard some crazy statistic that like 70% of the nation is like chronically dehydrated. Like I don't even comprehend. What are we all doing? What are y'all doing out there if you're not drinking your water? So we've got to make sure you're staying well hydrated. And here's some ways that I know that I can help that help me do that. So first, with having a fun water cup or bottle. I know some of y'all are crazy about those Starbucks cups. Is that what you drink your water out of? Right? We have some Sparkle Unicorn shaker bottles. I keep one of these handy that I drink my water from.
I mean, I have a whole bunch of water bottles, and first of all, it's environmentally friendly to drink out of something repeatedly. So that's super awesome. But I think people really don't realize how dehydrated they are. And sometimes people don't want to drink water because they think it makes them pee all the time. But once you get into the habit of drinking, your body can really work with it. And I know I love these things on the screen. We're going to talk more about them for sure. But one of the things I love about it is it just makes my skin look better. It makes my skin feel better. And my digestion works so much better when I'm able to really keep well hydrated.
Yes, I love it. And this is why I love getting to hang out with you, a nurse coach. You get to talk about all these things that are so smart. And while I'm not that, I am a chemical engineer. So my science nerd side is like, hey, Angela, you're so cool. Talk about that stuff. So let's just talk about, as we continue, right? We want all these wonderful benefits. We want our skin to feel great. We want, also like, how about a better mood? Did you know that so much irritability is often dehydration? Like if you find yourself being irritated, agitated, having a hard time like dealing with, people, whether that's in your home people or in your work people, whatever, like there's a good chance dehydration is underneath that. So hydrate. Consider electrolytes and minerals in your water, depending on, you want to get the best water source that you can. But often added electrolytes and minerals are important. Again, electrolytes are when they're in your body, they create electricity. We're literally becoming more electric, creating a stronger electromagnetic field, which makes us more magnetic. Literally more magnetic, more attractive. So drink your water, friends.
Yeah, I want to speak to this a little. There's a super easy hack you can do to add electrolytes and minerals. We're going to talk more about that for sure. But one thing I have is a Sola jar. Do you have one of those, Kiana?
No.
It's a little jar, and fill it with Himalayan salt, this pink salt. Get yourself a little spoon. And when you get your water, you can put a little of it in your water. It won't make you don't want to put so much in that it's like salty, but something like the Himalayan salts have a lot of mineral content in them. And so that's an easy way to add a little bit more. One thing I wanted to also say about staying well hydrated is we're in a time with a lot of different viruses, especially as we start going back indoors in the fall season, even just flu and cold viruses. Your mucous membranes need to be really plump and juicy in order to be able to capture that virus at the entrance point so we can clear it. If you're dehydrated, it's just so much more likely that you're going to be able to not clear some of those things as they enter in through your body. So think about that. Yeah. Also, when the heat's going, right? And the heat starts going in the buildings, it can dry you out. So make sure.
Hashtag nurse coach. Like, how cool is she, you guys, right? Like, yes. All right. So tips about drinking water. And I'm curious, like, let me know in the comments if, one is water and drinking water is like, you don't really do it or as like little as possible. And a 5 is like you're drinking lots of water. Like you have your bottle, you're kind of on board with what we're saying here. Let us know in the comments where you are with that. Because really, ideally, as a minimum for good hydration, the recommendation is to drink half your body weight in ounces. So for just instance, 150 pounds in body weight would be 75 ounces in water, right? So what's that number for you? That's kind of like a minimum level that you need to be at. But there's an awesome opportunity when you are really wanting to emphasize hydration. And if you feel, especially you've been in that dehydrated state for too long, to do the gallon a day challenge. And we'll talk more about this, but like challenge yourself. Where are you right now, right? Is getting to half your body weight in ounces like already a big stretch? Cool. Start there. Let's create consistency. If you're already pretty well rocking that, where are you? Have you tried to drink a gallon a day? Are you tracking that? Like, let's give that a shot.
Yeah, it's not easy, but once you get there, your body really craves it, and it's really nice.
It's true. It takes some commitment and pacing and like planning, but it's worth it.
All right, habit number 2 is a good one.
Get it, girl. You want to start there?
Sure. I think this is a really great habit to develop. And we're talking about tracking steps here, but generally increasing activity. Steps are an easy thing to track for sure. Most everybody's phone tracks steps at this point, or you can get all kinds of devices. But as the fall approaches, it's common for us to want to kind of curl up indoors. And kind of start moving towards the season of eating all the snacks, heading towards Thanksgiving and Halloween candy and Christmas food or whatever. So, but we know how important activity is in supporting our mood as well as all the functions of our body. Yeah. What do you want to say about it?
Yeah, it's just getting more active, right? Like, and for all those things, right? If you can adapt this one personally just to like movement, right? And again, where are you in your current stage of the journey? And there's no judgment here, right? Like we all start at 0 on everything. And if this is not something you've given priority to, then you're probably at a 0, close to 0, and that's okay, right? But like, where are you? So tracking your steps, 5,000 steps if you're really trying to create new activity habit, let's aim for 5,000 steps a day. And if you're already tracking your steps already, right, you already are quite active, let's go for 10,000 steps here. And again, I feel like if the modification, like you're like, I don't know, whatever reason, tracking the steps is not going to work, then where's your consistent activity level? Can you do 30 minutes of movement every day? Do you already do 30 minutes of movement every day? Like if you aren't consistent, start there. If you are consistent, double what you're doing and give yourself that challenge to increase activity.
And it's important to recognize that it doesn't have to be all in one go. So if you look at this 10,000 steps and you're like, holy shit, man, I couldn't spend 4 hours walking or whatever that might take for you. Recognize that there's ways to build this into your day. And that's so much more helpful. Your body really responds. For people like me who spend a lot of time sitting at my work, I love taking a minute to go walk around in my garden or take a walk around the block. I also have a rebounder. I think you have one too. And if you go on and jump in on my trampoline just for one song, like just moves everything. It moves my energy. It lightens my mood. It also, gets my heart pumping. So I feel like I'm just like freshening so I can come back and work more effectively from a more embodied and grounded place. So do more activity.
Do more activity. So let me know in the comments, like, is this something that you would commit to? And if so, what would be your goal, right? Would it be 5,000 steps? Would it be 10,000 steps, somewhere in the middle? Or would you, is that night would you commit to 30 minutes of movement every day, right? What's the commitment you can make to have increased activity as we move into this season so that we don't get too crunchy and dry, right? We don't want to get crunchy.
We don't want to look like those leaves on the ground that fall off the tree.
They're falling, but we don't have to. We can continue to thrive. Okay, cool. So that's number 2. Let's move through intermittent fasting. All right, Coach, I want to hear you on this one.
Oh gosh. Intermittent fasting is so wonderful for our bodies. I'm not, where should I begin with this? Our guts are working very busy all the time. And for a number of people, we wake up, we eat, we snack throughout the day, we eat all these meals, we get to bed. Just before bed, maybe you're sitting in front of the TV watching something, you got to add some snacks, and maybe you only have a pretty small sleeping window. And when you're sleeping, that's when your gut gets to like process everything and really clean your gut out. But one of the that just doesn't actually give your gut a time to kind of rebuild, settle, and really process. When we're able to intermittent fast, oh gosh, there's so many benefits to this. It gives your gut time to actually reset, to fully rest and digest. And I find for me, when I intermittent fast, it's much easier for me to eat in that window very healthy, the ways that I want to eat. And it seems to eliminate my cravings quite a bit because I know that I have this space. I can surround the time around it to drink water, going back to the previous habit. And there's just kind of this mental shift of like, I got it. This is where the time where my body's going to be processing nutrition. And here's the time where my body gets to metabolize that nutrition and rest and clean and recover and heal and repair and all of that. What do you want to say about it?
Yeah, I love all of that. So I love intermittent fasting. I didn't realize it was a thing until I did whatever it was. And I realized that's, kind of what I tend to do naturally. Somewhere along my health journey, my wellness journey, I was introduced to, it was a book called, I think it was called The Seasonal Diet. And I have no idea who the author is, but it was actually based on Ayurvedic principles. And in that, like, it brought me to the concepts of like breakfast and dinner being almost an optional meal or preferred, like more of a warm liquid, and that your main meal was in the middle of the day because of digestive energies, right? Which made a lot of sense to me. And I started to shift my eating habits that way just slightly. This is also a book that introduced me to the 51% rule, which if you guys aren't familiar with is awesome. The 51% rule, we don't have to be 100% perfect. We only need to be 51% to see change, right? And then we incrementally get better from there, right? But 51% creates change. Anyway, so I started to actually shift some of my habits based on this. And I don't remember what the weight was at the time, but it was a time that I had gotten pretty plump in my corporate life and traveling and eating on the corporate budget. And I actually found, weight falling off of me without really effort. That wasn't even a goal of mine when I shifted to that. So, again, if you're just coming into this concept, like specifically what's written on the screen there, right? This means you're choosing 8 hours a day that you're eating your food. And then there's 16 straight hours that is a fasting period. And so I tend to not want to eat early in the morning. And in general, like the part I have to watch is how late I'll eat, right? So in general, though, like I usually kind of like have dinner and then I'm good. Like I don't tend to eat super late as a habit, unless I'm, I don't know, not paying attention. But that's my part of intermittent fasting.
Yeah. One thing I want to add about that, though, is it doesn't have to be this exact eating window. I mean, some people get really intense with the intermittent fasting. We'll do a 4-hour eating window and a 20-hour fast. But I think when you're first starting, it's helpful to give yourself a broader eating window, but to really be aware of when you're clearly not eating. We know that our gut really does need to be done digesting food about 2 hours prior to sleeping. So if you can get your last meal in at least 2 hours before eating, I actually think before sleeping, I think 4 is actually a little bit better. That can really, really help your body make the most of its sleep and make the most of its repair time. The other thing, I've been listening to the Huberman podcast lately, and he was talking a lot about nutrition and digestion. And I love this concept. He's offering that in the earlier part of your eating window to bring more of your proteins in at that point, because that's when your body is most able to use it for tissue repair. And that if you're kind of doing more carbs, that using the carbs a little bit later in the evening do tend to make us sleepier. And so some can oftentimes contribute to helping us become more restful. So I think that's a kind of an interesting approach too, if you're eating those types of foods.
Yeah. And I believe intermittent fasting too, right, is actually, like you were saying, like it actually supports us to get into better sleep state. Because a lot of times our nervous system just isn't in a place where it can actually go into deep rest and repair because of all the reasons, including we may have stuffed ourselves with food right before we passed out because we're working 3 jobs or whatever the life experience is, right?
Or you just ran on coffee all day and then we're like, oh shit.
Exactly. Right. Like and then we're like, gee, I'm not sleeping well. I wonder why. Like these are the things. So intermittent fasting is definitely supportive with that. Okay, let's move along. How are you guys doing? We're so grateful that you're with us. Who's done intermittent fasting? Let us know. Do you love it? What works for you? Do you do an 8-16 window? Have you done something, more graduated to get there? Have you done something more aggressive because you're like, a rock star? I'd love to I'm curious what anybody else's experiences with intermittent fasting.
I mean, for me, I usually do a 10 to 14 hour split.
Okay.
Sorry, I know you skipped ahead. What do you do?
I'm not holding a strict schedule myself right now. When I am, it's usually an 8 to 16. It is an 8 to 16. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal is to usually be done eating food by 6. Again, going back to some Ayurvedic principles, that in Ayurvedic, that's really the best time to kind of stop eating so that you're starting to move into for digestion.
I try to be done by 7 if I can. But we'll talk about more hacks to kind of help with that soon. But this is a great one.
Yes, let's talk about habit 4. Again, depends on where you are in your health journey. But if you have not eliminated the toxic 3 from your life, then this is a habit that we want to encourage you to bring into your life right now. And if you do this, awesome. Congratulations. Keep it up. Right? Clearly we want to keep this up. So toxic 3, no fast food, no fry food, no sugared drinks. Angela, would you love to share a little nurse coach insight on
my goodness.
taking out of your diet might make things completely different for you?
It's really tricky because people don't recognize how inflammatory these foods are. And that's a huge part of why intermittent fasting is so great, because we can try to bring that inflammation down. But sugar particularly, and the oils that are used in fast food and fried foods are really toxic for the body. They really cause a lot of inflammation and really can inhibit the way that our body can work well. Sugar in itself is so complicated. There's such peak and crash with sugar. The thing that I find with my clients is they don't realize how much sugar they're consuming. And really a lot of it comes through drinks, which is a huge bummer. You might think you're eating really well. You're eating a lot of greens and proteins or whatever, but then you go to Starbucks and you get the caramel macchiato or whatever, and it's just loaded up, or it's hidden in so many foods. Like even I was at the store looking for some oat milk or something like that. And some of the oat milks on the counter, like the second ingredient is sugar or high fructose corn syrup, essentially the same thing. Like, why do we need that? Why do we need that? The way that it just messes with our insulin, the way that it messes with our gut microbiome. I really know when people stop doing this, if they can get past the craving of all of these 3, they feel so much better. So much better.
Yep. And it is wild. If you're not aware of this, you're not paying attention. If you are buying anything from the grocery store that is not a like literal whole food, meaning a fruit, a vegetable, a cut of meat, that's like non-processed, like sugar is very likely one of the first 5 ingredients, some form of sugar. Like just watch out for that, friends. Watch out for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Other hacks for sugared drinks a little bit later on, or tasty drinks.
Yeah, there are, obviously we're talking about no's and eliminations. These are the parts where sometimes we feel, right? And in habit changing, there is a falling away. There are things to let go of, but again, it's stacking happy, healthy habits on top.
Mm-hmm. Right? Can I say a little bit more here too, before we move on, is alcohol is a sugared drink. And oftentimes people, if they're having like the foofy beverages or, mixed cocktails, those syrup bases are so sugary. If you are able to stop with these things for a while and then try it again, I think people are quite surprised at how their bodies feel in response to consuming these things,
Yep. It is. Again, this is these hidden secrets, these hidden sugars, the things we don't think about, the way that, kind of the collective society has been programmed to be like, oh, this is happy, this is fun, this is healthy. Oh, I'm again eating my greens and I'm just having this lovely fancy cocktail with my girlfriends. That's no big deal.
Or I'm having the low fat thing. But really, the low fat thing, the reason it tastes good, they took all the healthy fats out and they put sugar back in it.
Right.
Process. Oh my gosh, the processed food.
Letting that go. All right. So if toxic 3 elimination is on your radar for this season, again, whether you're saying yes to it for the first time or re-saying yes to it for your ongoing health, just drop a number 4 in the comments. We'll know that you're a yes to partaking in this habit. Number 4, eliminate the toxic 3. All right, let's carry on to habit number 5. We have 7. I hope we're dropping some value for you guys today. I hope this is, I'm sure a lot of you are getting great reminders, right? And we're not necessarily pulling any new information out of the cosmos. We are sharing pretty tried and true wisdom here. We're just here to remind you and support you and encourage you to put some attention on these things right now. All right, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5, choose a nutrition plan. And I know for myself, having a nutrition plan is very helpful because I thrive with systems and structure. And if I don't have some kind of plan, I don't even know how to eat. I don't have a way to describe it. But I don't know. Right. But so this is about picking a plan that works for you, whatever that is. Could be clean keto. That's kind of the thing that's most resonant with me these days. And clean keto really means we kind of alluded to this earlier, shopping the perimeter, the whole foods, like the unprocessed foods in the grocery store that can help us be in a higher performing state. Low carb. Reducing carbs, again, where you're at and where you want to get. Paleo, there's so many nutrition plans, right? But pick one and stick to it and really focus on better, right? Focus on the nutrition plan as a roadmap and a tool to help you get to better, not necessarily perfect, meaning you don't have to pick the perfect plan. You might not follow it perfectly every moment of every day, but you are sticking to it, you are committing it to it, and you are giving yourself grace as you learn this. I'd love to know what you have to say on this.
Oh gosh, this is so important. It's just because I think what happens with no plan, people get to a place where they're so hungry and they have no idea. And without a plan, they reach for comfort. And with comfort often goes back to that previous slide, number 4, around the toxins. It's so easy to just be like, tonight I'm grabbing whatever. I think the 3 that are on the screen right now, clean, keto, low carb, and paleo, are really lovely approaches. Keto, particularly, people need to understand what that means. I was keto for quite a while, and there got to be a point where we were making pizza crusts out of fried cheese, right? Like that was technically keto, but it was not. I mean, it was so good, but it was not what we were going for. Really having an understanding of trying to eliminate really sugars from that diet. I think I would say I'm more kind of keto paleo, because the paleo feels more like the cleaner part, with more whole foods, more whole vegetables. It's a little higher in carbs in the paleo diet. And that for me is because I have a part of my body just doesn't metabolize fat that great. So if I'm like a super high fat diet, it's just my body just doesn't process it that well. But I think it's so much better to not only have a nutrition plan, but when you start to explore within the plan, like, how can I convert some of the things that I really love into this type of philosophy of eating? How does it feel? So for example, there is a paleo-ish keto recipe I have for a rhubarb bar. So I grow rhubarb. I have a lovely garden. And in the springtime, I have all this yummy rhubarb. And a traditional like rhubarb bar would be full of sugar and full of grains and full of all this stuff. But being like, well, I really want to be able to use this. How can I use this and still kind of find a yummy way to do that? I was able to find a recipe that was much more in alignment with one of these nutrition plans. And it's actually better. It actually tastes better than what I could even have made with just cups and cups of white sugar. I think that it just brings our creativity out when we're able to choose a plan and find ways that feels really good to us.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. There's so many ways to adapt and create once we bring awareness to alternative products, right, that are out there that, you know, the only reason that we ever baked cookies and cakes with lots of sugar in it, because that's what was available to us, right? We have more information, we have more choices, we have more options now. We can make better choices. So pick a nutrition plan and stick with that. All right, so hopefully you have been taking notes. I'm going to just call these right here that we've talked about our Fab Five. These are easy, every day. You make this commitment. You say yes. You take the action. You create change for yourself and support you in your season by choosing any or all of these Fab Five habits that we have to share with you tonight.
And I think it's really essential that you put on here that the focus is better, not perfect.
Yes.
But there is room. And also I want to say that you're not worse because you've chosen to have a glass of wine one night, or you've chosen to, you know, run through the drive-through one night. But the orientation, I loved what you said earlier about the 51% choices. James Clear in Atomic Habits talks about a similar thing where he says, you know, if you were sailing a ship across the ocean and you changed the degree by 1 degree, when you got across the ocean, you'd be in a totally different place. So making these small choices going through the fall season are going to have impact over time. It's really just worth making those little choices that move you that way.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's a super important thing. It's one of the things that I'm really proud about our community that we're a part of, right? And what we create is that that focus on better, 1% better. 1% better every day. In 100 days, we were 100% better. Right? Like, so let's just commit to 1% better every day.
That sounds great.
And actually the community that this is a great segue into number 6. Let me head back over to that screen, because where I found that support was with healthy habit number 6 was drinking ketones.
Doink. I've been waiting to make mine this whole time.
Gosh, you have been waiting. You actually told me in the very beginning, like, I need to make mine.
I need to make mine, but then I figured I'd make it on screen.
Oh, that's so good. Awesome. So Angela, why don't you tell people what you are doing? Like what's the process? And then what is this?
I have this lovely little tasty beverage of ketones that I've been working with for a little while now, actually. I think, when did I get my first smart chip? I think it's been at least 2 months, maybe close to 3. And I have to say I was a little skeptical about them. You turned me on to them, and I trust you. And I was like, well, you know, I have some body goals. I really do understand about being in ketosis more and how much my brain thrives when I'm in this place. So I started getting these little drink supplement ketones, and they also have some B vitamins and C, I believe, in them, a couple other things like that. This one is caffeine free, which is why I'm drinking it at this time of night. There's also ones that have caffeine in them, and I love those in the morning before I work out. You lost me. Hi, I'm back.
Trying to put you on the screen. All right, here we go. Sorry about that.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I don't know if people can see it. Let's see. This one is one of my favorites. This one's there we go. This is Splash. It's watermelon flavor, right? Is that what it is? I don't know. I love it. So I have a bottle of water that I've been drinking out of, and I just mix it in here. And why I like these is I can really tell a difference in how my thinking is when I use them. When I was getting mentally fatigued at work, you know, I definitely would do things like go and jump on the trampoline or go outside, but still would get kind of this brain fog. And for a number of reasons, partially menopause, but also partially just probably not focusing on some of these things that help me feel better, these habits. And bringing these in, it helps me drink my water. So I poured it in here and now I'm just going to shake it. It helps me drink my water a lot more. So I'm not just drinking water after water after water. This like gives me a tasty beverage. When I'm next leveling it, I put it in my Soda Stream bottle and I put it in the Soda Stream so it's bubbly, and that's super good. And then I drink it before I go to the gym in the morning. I drink the caffeine one and it just like gives me so much more of a boost. So yeah. But the other cool thing about them, which I haven't told you, Kiana, like I've really started paying attention to building these habits in, especially in the last week. And it's just been a week, but I've already lost 5 pounds, bringing these on board and dialing that in. So, I mean, that part's really awesome. And I don't feel tired. Like, I don't know, other people, when they start trying to lose weight or whatever, it can feel like this real grind, and it hasn't felt grindy at all. So
that's amazing because you're getting the energy. So let's talk about it just a little bit, right? So you drink these ketones, they put your body into ketosis in less than 60 minutes. What is ketosis? If you're not familiar, ketosis is a state of the body where it's burning fat for fuel. It's actually the optimal preferred fuel source of the body. However,
and the brain, your brain loves fat. Your brain loves fat.
It's like brain, heart, and even our like skeletal structural system, nails and hair, like actually really thrive off of ketones. And ketones are produced by the body when we're in ketosis. So amazing. Most people have heard about this or starting to hear about it. Keto diet. This is not about the diet, although we did talk about nutrition plan a little while ago, right? This is not about being in a strict keto diet that can take a long time for your body to adapt into ketosis. This is being in ketosis within an hour. So you start to get this benefit of better energy, better focus, better mental clarity, better mood, right? You're sleeping better, you're digesting better. There's just a lot of better that happens for drinking ketones. And this is a habit I've built into my life. It's 3 months. I think this is my anniversary actually, of drinking the ketones. And it has been phenomenal for me, primarily for those reasons around the energy and the focus and the clarity. But I had some extra in my belly and my midsection when I started with this, and it's helped me come down. Geez, like 7 pounds of fat was lost in just the first 10 days that I worked with the program. So it's pretty phenomenal. And I want to show really quickly.
Oh yeah, I want to see
my friend. Let's see. I didn't have a better way to show it really quick, but this is my friend. Let's see.
Yes.
Rainbow Michael. We'll put these on other places too. But Rainbow has been drinking ketones for the last 3.5 months. And he's been on a weight loss journey since April. He's down a total of 50 pounds. More than half of that has been done with the ketones. He brought the ketones on board. And
so awesome.
Along with some of these healthy habits that we've talked about, intermittent fasting and having meal plans, like there's definitely work when you are doing that type of body transformation. On my side, way more about the brain health for me. But getting that support in the fat burning was fantastic and so simple. And that was a big thing for me when I got to the point where I realized I need to make some changes. I've been kind of allergic to gyms and working out. Like I'm like to be an active dancer person, although I'm not doing as much of that in my life anymore. But I'm not so much a worker outer. I was like, how am I going to deal with this? And the simplicity of being able to mix up and drink twice a day, this like, I call it unicorn juice, this power juice, has just been super phenomenal. So
yeah, I really like it too for when I'm in that more intermittent fasting place. I don't count this as food. It does have a small amount of calories to it, but it's not like it's not like eating food. It's not putting my gut in a place of having to work to process and digest the same way at all. So it makes it easier to carry through those times when what used to happen for me, especially if I was consuming more sugar, Not that I've done a lot of that, but I can really tell since I've been bringing the ketones in how much easier it's been to be in the ketosis type place. And before it would have these crashes. I would have a sugar crash essentially. And then my brain would get really stressed out and I couldn't think clearly. I'd start feeling anxious. And that's when I'd want to start grabbing for whatever would make me feel better. And oftentimes I would think it was caffeine, a sugar coffee essentially later in the day. And then it would fuck my sleep up. Then I'd eat late. This just is allowing me to settle.
Yeah.
My brain can calm with it. And so it makes everything just a little bit more within reach. So yeah, I think they're freaking great personally.
I think so too. Oh, man. That part about the intermittent fasting being supportive of that, I think is really important. So if you were like, oh man, I'd ask, and thanks, Julie, I know you, or maybe 4 was for the toxic 3. I don't remember anyway.
Or was a toxic 3. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. Right. Like if you're like, you weren't sure about that intermittent fasting, like how would I ever possibly do this? This actually really does support that. The first one you want to drink in the morning anyway on a fasted stomach. So before you eat food. And the coaching is to wait until you're hungry until you eat your first meal. And you will be being fueled. The ketones is an actual fuel for your body. This is like a fuel technology for your body. So it provides support and appetite suppressant as well. So you will actually find yourself going later and later into the morning, into the early afternoon before you're even feeling hungry. So that opportunity to stay inside of an intermittent fasting window becomes much easier as well.
Yeah, it's also helped me somehow differentiate hunger from thirst. I don't, which I've found absolutely fascinating because I think before I was actually quite dehydrated. Plus, with the lack of mental clarity, I thought I was feeling like I needed to eat something to fix it. But what I've found instead is that actually, oh, wait, I'm thirsty. Let me drink more water. And that will usually carry me just fine, So I love that.
I love that too. And a great point, right? The brain actually doesn't make a big distinction between hunger and thirst. And we oftentimes are eating when drinking would be better. So great. All right, let's take a look at number 7. Ready to bring this home, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We know that it is Sunday evening and your time is precious. So we want to start to bring things together for you. Let's round it out with number 7. Which is honestly my favorite, and I think the most important for like everything.
Yep. Join a community. Join a supportive community.
Right. And I think this is so important. And what I've come to experience through my journey is that, in certain parts of my life, I thought maybe having support and accountability was like a luxury. Maybe only certain people, privileged people, could have that kind of experience. And I've also encountered and experienced viewpoints where it's like, oh, I don't need accountability or support. Like, I'm strong. I can do this. I got this. Like, I know how to take care of myself. Right. So there's maybe have been aversions on, different perspectives of this type of community and the importance of it. But I truly believe that this is like a requirement, that we cannot actually transform and heal as humans if we are not within a supportive community. What are you thinking?
100% agree, which is why I do the work that I do. I mean, I am a wellness coach. I help people in this way. And I find that people that have the most effective breakthroughs are people that are connected to my group coaching program as well. Because I believe it's also James Clear. Oh no, it's another author who says that change occurs. Oh, Charles Duhigg, who also wrote about habits, talks about that change occurs among other people because there's something about other people being able to see us through that vision that we're holding for ourselves. Sometimes we lose track of why we're doing the things that we're doing. But if we're in the community of people that are like, no, you're here because you said you want this, and we can see you as that. We can see you as that when you can't. Also, it's so wonderful to realize that you're not alone on this journey of transformation, which can feel like really insurmountable sometimes. But I love that you said these are human requirements. This is part of our human family's experience, the hero's journey, our ancestral journey to find ways that we can become more in alignment with our core self in order to actualize and support others. So, I mean, I think number 7 is my freaking favorite all day.
We got some 100% yeses. Give us some hearts. Give us some love. You with us on this? Yes to community, right? And to be perfectly honest, this is like my straight mission, you guys. Like I made a very core commitment in my life over 11 years ago when I stepped out of corporate and was following this like internal call of spirit to create a life that was of my design and not what had been presented to me. And when I made that decision, it was from a calling and a place of like, it's about creating community. It's about building community. Like that's what this is about. So support communities are super important. And this has been my work for 11 years, right? It's a deep part of Angela's work on all levels. I'm sure even in the hospital settings, which you have been in, right? You have to create community among the patients that are there for that day with the staff.
I ran a support group for many years at the hospital. And, those people, it was a bereavement group. And even though people were going through the most painful pain of their lives, being held by one another and having that understanding, just like words just can't describe how powerful that was for them. And I really love that you put that this is not for the weak. Like support groups are not for people that are broken, right? Yeah. This is not like you have to do this until you're better. Because it's not really even about that. It's about having a container for healing for the work I do. And I think probably for you too, Kiana, it's just, there's different ways that we look at this, but I 100% have seen and know that when we create the conditions for healing, the container for healing occurs in that container. And that is what a group can bring together. That's what community can bring together as a container for healing, experience and wisdom in that container. Being able to kind of see along the lifeline of like someone who's made it a little further than you, but then you can also reach back and support that person coming through the same transformations or similar transformations. So yeah.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. This is like literally why we do what we do. It really is.
Literally.
Which is also why we are so delighted that you're here with us, because we appreciate you being a part of our community, our online community, tuning into our content, right? I've seen, I think we've got clients on here and other business partners on here, right? Some of you just finding us for the first time. We really appreciate that. And we have something that is brand new to offer you that we wanted to invite you to participate in. That is a culmination of all of these incredible things we've been talking about, and an opportunity for you to really kickstart your journey into better in this fall season. So we want to invite you to the Pick 3 Better Me 10-day challenge, where we are inviting you to pursue your better this season using the power of ketones and community. And it's really simple. You're going to pick 3 habits, right? We talked about those Fab 5, those 5 things that any single person can do, right, by themselves. You're going to pick 3 of those habits, and then you're going to pick a challenge level from our 10-day drink ketones challenge. So I'll take a look. Let's go to the next slide, Angela. And again, you kind of talked through this, but here's challenge level number 1. Can you talk to just a little bit about like what's happening on this basis?
Oh yeah, this is great. This is where I started, and I didn't even do the 10-day challenge. But I because I was dipping my toe in and like, do I like these? What do I think? But I'm going to do this time. I haven't done the actual full-on 10-day challenge. Although I do drink 2 a day, actually.
Oh, you've been doing it.
I've been doing it, but
you didn't start with that box. You bought a box of ketones, not the 10-day challenge.
Oh, yes, I did. I bought the 10-day challenge. Yep.
Oh
I
yeah,
did.
sorry, you did.
I bought the 10-day challenge and I liked it because I like it because it has the caffeinated and not caffeinated. But
Let's
some
talk
people,
about it real quick.
yeah.
About that real quick. So I have one right here. So the 10-day challenge, this is the best way for new customers to get started. It gives you an experience of our ketones.
Do you want to make a big screen so people can see your box better?
Yeah, thanks. This production teamwork. All right. So there are 5 flavors in here, and there are 2 versions of each of those flavors. So you will get what is called a charged. You know the charged ones because they're the fully bright colors, right? There's red, there's green, there's pink. There's all these different colors. The colors are the flavors. There's lime thyme, strawberry peach, heart tart, which I think tastes like a sweet tart.
I love heart tart so much.
Pretty much my favorite. It's actually the #1 best-selling flavor of the
Is it really?
Yeah, everybody.
Splash is my second favorite.
Splash is a watermelon lime. I think it tastes just like watermelon bubblicious. If you were a 90s kid and ate those, hello.
So good.
And then there's also a raspberry lemonade in here, which is sensational.
That's a good one.
And there's also the caffeine free. So the white with the highlight colors, those are your caffeine free versions of those same flavors. So the protocol is you drink your charged one in the morning on a fasted stomach.
And then go to the gym.
Then go to the gym. That's a great way to, the very best is that you do 30 minutes of movement after drinking your ketones. You want to drink your ketones in about a 30-minute window. So mix them up. Make sure you get them all in about 30 minutes. Don't chug them. Give yourself time to absorb it in. And then do some movement of some level. It doesn't have to be the gym. You could be walking around, putting laundry around if you're, away. If you're a busy mom, you could walk the dog around the block. That's not, doesn't have to be crazy. But do some movement. Get your body moving into ketosis. Get those ketones flowing. And then you'll wait until you're hungry to eat, and you'll have that second one generally about 5 to 7 hours later. In between your lunch and dinner, you'll have the caffeine free to keep that going. So this is the good option. And again, new customers can get this for $99. If you're a current customer and you want to continue and you want to be part of this bigger thing that we're talking about, you just make sure you have your ketones, right? Whether you're doing the 10-day challenge or you've gotten some boxes of your favorite flavors, that's fine. You just want to make sure you've got 20 packets of ketones and you're good to go. That will cover the good level. Okay, let's take a look at level number 2. We got good. There's got to be better. All right, Mitoplex and ketones. You drinking your Mitoplex with your ketones?
I don't have a Mitoplex yet, so maybe I should up this one. I need to get myself a Mitoplex.
Go better, girlfriend. Let's
go better.
Talk about Mitoplex then. Okay, so now we're just adding. So we have the 10-day challenge. Now we're going to add a box of Mitoplex. What is Mitoplex? Mitoplex is our upgraded electrolytes, right? What did we talk about all the way back in habit number 1? Staying hydrated.
Yeah.
This is a phenomenal way to maintain not just hydration, but cellular level hydration.
Yeah.
And at the cellular level is where we actually create mitochondria, which is the body's energy. Correct me if I'm wrong or clarify, nurse coach.
Yeah, I love it.
That's why this is Mitoplex, because we are literally hydrating to the cellular level to increase our mitochondria, to increase our energy and our performance with it.
I think I know what it does. I haven't had a chance to consume that yet, but what I can say is, first of all, we all need to honor our mitochondria big time. They're the powerhouse of the cell, as they say. And the other cool thing about it is you got your mitochondria from your grandmother's 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 grandmother, ancestral. The mitochondria comes from your grandmother maternal lineage. And that's an ancient partner of our cells. That's how we even function. They work freaking hard. And one of the challenge is what electrolytes do is they help manage the cell wall so that the nutrients that the mitochondria need can actually penetrate the wall of the cell and help the mitochondria perform better. So yeah, I'm excited to try this one for sure.
You're going to love it. And there are 2 options. This is an original, which it's not really a flavor, but you notice it in water by itself. But you mix in with the flavors, it doesn't change things. There's also a citrus pack. You get a lemon, lime, and orange combo in there. I love those in my water plain. So I will mix those into my water plain to make sure I'm getting lots of plain water into my body throughout the day. And then I will add in the originals with my flavored ketones when I mix them up in the morning and the afternoon. You can actually mix them in together. So you add this in. This is another $49. It's a great deal. Add this in. This becomes now $148. And it's a new customer. And you get started with our Pick 3 Better Me challenge. Again, you're picking your 3 habits that you're going to commit to for 10 days, as well as drinking the ketones. This would be the better level.
Piece of cake.
Easy.
Pick drinking water, pick a little bit of that, like intermittent fasting, and this will totally get you through that.
Yes, it is.
Honor your ancestors.
So I have actually started to move into 24-hour fastings from Sunday night to Monday.
Yeah.
And I've been delighted at how actually easy it has been because of this. So again, we're building habits. We're stacking habits. You guys, we're here for a reason to help you get there. All right, let's talk about the best. This is the best level. If you're going to go all the way in the challenge, then we invite you to come in. We're just going to add again 10 days or your favorite flavors of ketones, right? For 10 days worth, your Mitoplex, you're going to have your hydration. Then we're going to also add in what we call Keto Pro. So this is the Keto OS Pro. That Pro stands for protein. So there's actually MCT oil in here. This is something that you can create a meal replacement shake. This in itself is not a meal replacement. You would mix it with your favorite. I would recommend non-dairy milks. You could add additional fruits or things in there to create that. But this is just an optional add-on that I am a huge fan of. This is dark chocolate. This is my favorite flavor. I get to have really yummy chocolate shakes. I have and you can get crazy if I have any of like your blender magicians in there and you have all your other herbs and magic, like, ooh, you can
get good. Can we talk about protein a little bit? So one thing that's really important for people that are addressing weight loss and fat burning specifically, one of the challenges is if you're really cutting calories, and really ultimately that's kind of what we need to do in order to lose weight is to consume a little less than we burn. But one of the things that helps us feel full and helps our tissues grow so we don't lose muscle mass when we're cutting calories is protein specifically. Mm-hmm. That is so helpful. The MCT oil also is really helpful to remain in ketosis and give healthy fats for the brain. So as you're metabolizing fat from your body, sometimes the fat from your body still is carrying toxins within it. So I think it's really helpful to make sure that you have a clean source of fats to work with. And I think that these kinds of MCT oils, especially mixed into a really nice smoothie with healthy greens. I have a Vitamix, so I throw in my spinach and a couple berries and whatever else, right? Oat milk or whatever.
Avocado will make it smooth and good fatty.
Yeah. Ooh, yummy. Yeah. So, and that helps people feel full. This is another way to help you feel like you can get through an intermittent fasting period of time. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just noticing I didn't update the photo on that slide. So it is missing one element. It's missing the Pro. There's actually a choice of flavor for you guys. There are a slew of flavors that are available. There are dairy-free as well as dairy versions of the Pro. And so you can just pick whatever flavor you want. That comes out to $240 for new customers. You're going to unlock a discount code in the cart and get another level there. And then here's what's the most important around all of this, right? So we love this product, but what did we say the most important thing was? Number 7. Community. So here's what we have for you. This isn't just about sending you some product and saying, all right, good luck.
Go for it. No, because that makes it so much harder.
Totally.
Yeah, we need the crew. We need the team.
We need the team. And so this is not even just Angela and I talking team. This is our bigger team that we're a part of. Literally thousands of other promoters are inviting their communities to join us. We will have a global Telegram thread with participants from all around the globe who are participating in this, and top coaches from our entire organization who will be providing daily directives and VIP community coaching inside of the Telegram. So if you get confused, you're not sure, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do? Am I allowed to do that? Can I do this? So many things come up when people are doing a new program. Like, we're here for you. We got you on that, as well as like the tips and the reminders of like what to stay focused on moving forward. So yeah, this starts October 1st is when we are running this. And this is going to be the only one of the month that our community leads together. So for this is a great way. I don't know if anybody's been thinking about Sober October or any other kind of transition. This is a great way to get super activated into that. You will need to get your order placed by the end of day tomorrow, which is Monday the 27th, utilizing our 2 to 3 day UPS shipping to ensure that you have your product. So this is a quick decision, but we encourage quick decisions because there's a reason that you're here. You know if this is what's the next best thing for you. You feel it. Angela, you felt it when I first introduced ketones. You're like, hey, I think I gotta try these. This sounds good.
Okay, I'm trying. What the heck? Yeah. And the thing is, try the challenge for 10 days. Be aligned with people in a supportive community that are like, okay, let's do this and see how you feel after 10 days. I mean, I stand by it or I wouldn't be doing this. I really wouldn't, The other thing is, man, it's so potent when a group of like-minded people collectively are working on something together. It's like there's an energy field that happens.
The mastermind, yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And from what I've seen with the bigger community support, like this is gonna be a big deal. It's gonna be a big deal. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Yes, me as well. So make sure you are connecting with whoever the person is that invited you to the live, that shared the video with you, right? If you're seeing this on my page or Angela's page or somebody else from our incredible team has shared this with you, please connect with them and they will get you set up with all of this. You'll let them know if you're going to go with good, better, or best. And then the 3 habits that you are going to commit to for the 10 days. And then they will walk you through the process of getting you enrolled in all of the next steps so that you can be here with you. And before we go, I couldn't leave without sharing something super important with you guys, right? Because we do have a team here. We do have a community that we are creating. We've talked about this being our most important real driver between any of our work, all of our work. And so I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have Angela's really my right-hand lady stepping in and saying, I see this vision, sister. I'm with you. I'm a part of it. Like, let's do this. Our legendary love community. And this is really, the mission here is really elevating families in their health, happiness, and financial abundance. And we do that through the promotion of these ketones and these healthy habits and wealth consciousness and all of these incredible things that we have built our lives and our careers around. And these ketones are a huge part of it. And there is a huge opportunity to be able to get stocked up. Now, if you like the idea of the 10-day challenge, imagine if you did it for 20 or 30. Right? So whether you're excited about the idea of building a business or not, our brand builder max kit, which is 10 boxes of ketones, you're seeing a little image there of the flavors, 5 flavors, 10 boxes, is 40% off. 40% off right now. And even if you just thought you only wanted to drink ketones, you'd never get a better price than this. Angela, you said yes to this. You want to talk a little bit about that?
I'm not sure where to begin with this.
Tell your story. But you started with the 10-day challenge. You were like, I trust you, Kiana. I'll check this out. Sounds kind of cool. I'm resonating with it.
My story is that I always want to try the things that I'm asking my clients to try. Like my role here on earth is to be in service and to help people access their own healing and well-being. And for me, I was really feeling stuck and tired a bit in my work. And I know prior to you working with your ketones too, like I knew that's what's happening for you in your business, that it's just the shifts happened for you. And I saw this affect how you were feeling and performing. And I was in a position where I felt like I needed a shift. And so when I started the challenge, I didn't do the actual challenge itself. I was like, well, I'll see. I was definitely noticing a difference and feeling a lot better and feeling like I could be more in control of what mattered to me. And so when you presented me with this opportunity to work with these, I was like, fuck yeah. Because as a nurse coach, I love being able to, provide for the people I work with things that might really help them feel better. And because I've tried it and tested it and know what it feels like, that's why I did it. I'm not doing this because I'm trying to, I don't know, sell stuff I don't believe in, right? This is like when I work with my clients, there's supplements that I recommend, there's protocols that I recommend, and this feels really in alignment with my values and my practice. So yeah, I guess that's really my journey of why I came on with this. And yeah, and I'm looking at my boxes, the unopened and excited boxes over here, that I'm like, do I want to open these myself and taste all of them? I mean, I have a bunch of them myself, but
yeah, you're going to have to do some taste tests of them.
Yeah.
And pack trials and all the cool things.
Yeah. And I know that there's people out there this is really going to resonate with. I think it's really going to help people feel better, especially like getting off the sugar train and getting out of this brain fog and fatigue. And so I'm really excited to see how that might help. But the other reason I came in is because the incredibly organized team, like this isn't like sales focused. And I know that we're talking about people buying things in order to participate in this. And that's just part of it. But the community piece and the fact that there are people that are like, this is a tool for transformation. Mm-hmm. I'm a psychedelic assisted therapist. That's the work I do. And I believe that like psychedelics are a tool for transformation. I believe that nutrition and movement and the right kind of things, and this product is one of those things that can be a tool for transformation, for people reclaiming their own healing and well-being. So that's what I got to say about it.
That's why I love her, folks. That's why I'm so delighted, so honored, so grateful that she's here. She said yes, she's part of it. For those of you that don't know my story, so while network marketing changed my life 5-6 years ago almost now, I was broken, homeless, and I found a product that was a game changer product for me. And because the way the compensation plan works in network marketing, I went gangbusters sharing it and training and building a team. And the compensation plan went gangbusters paying me. So I went from broken, homeless to $250,000 within a year. I had a giant organization. And in my journey and transformation, as well as the companies and the products line, I ended up leaving the company. But I've always believed so much in the industry because it changed my life so profoundly and what is possible. And because I've worked in both the network marketing side as well as like the high ticket coaching and transformational realm, from more of a business standpoint, I've seen the both sides of the models. And it's not to say that, one is good and one is bad, but again, good, better, best, right? I think the coaching model is good. In fact, I think it's better than a lot of things that are out there. But I still feel like network marketing is best when it comes to helping the most number of people make the necessary changes to create a shift in their financial abundance, to create a shift in their wealth consciousness, to create a shift in their legacy. Like what network marketing did for me created a change in my family legacy. Like the way I now know wealth and money is completely different than any of my ways my ancestors ever had. And I get to cultivate that and continue to grow that for my family. So that really drives me. That really drives me to build this community, to put all of my coaching and business skills to work here, to work training the community and supporting the community and utilizing the skills and the systems of our bigger team. I made a very strategic business decision to partner directly with Jessie Lee Ward, who is also known as #boss.
No relation.
No replacement. But I do like to surround me by these ward women. Isn't that fun? I think people love it. She's touted as the number one network marketer in the world, and it's because she has systems. She has an organization that knows how to run, and we're participating within it. We have both built coaching businesses. We have both built, things from the ground up, and to walk in and be like, oh, this is all provided.
It blows my mind.
The strategy's been put in place, and we just have to implement. Oh, okay.
It's pretty great. It's pretty great. And it shows the amount of care, there's really a lot of care put into it, which I think is really exciting.
It's true. It's really, really true. So again, get back to the person who invited you. We'd love to have you. If you are joining us, give us a pick 3. Give us a pick 3 in the comments. If you are a yes to join us, we can't wait to celebrate you and get you all set up. Your person will follow up with you. And if you want to know more about the 40% off, again, you can choose. It's the other thing I want to say. It's $1 Keto Club. So usually you have to pay a $49 enrollment fee to be a promoter, to buy these brand builder packs. We're not really trying to incentivize people to buy product. If you want to be a brand builder and you want to build a business, join us. If you want to be a customer, be a customer. But every once in a while, a crazy deal happens, and there's $1 Keto Club. So for $1, you get the promoter membership, and then you can get that 40% off. So again, you like this pick 3, but you're like, you know what? I want to do 30 days, not 10. This is the best deal to get you set up in order to do that. So we're happy to walk you through those steps. We love you. We hope you found incredible value tonight. If you did, and you know some friends, some teammates, some family that would benefit from this, please share the replay. We'll have the replay up for sure for the next 24 hours while we are in open enrollment for the Pick 3 Better Me Challenge. And we want to touch as many lives and impact as many people and support as many people as we can. So we appreciate you. You support us and impact us, whether you're joining the challenge or not, by sharing. That means everything to us. And come and be with us. Come and be with us. We want to be on this with you and celebrate through this with you.
And let's take before and after pictures and see what happens.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Kiana, what are your 3 picks going to be?
So mine will probably be intermittent fasting. I think I'm going to go for the steps. I definitely, because activity in general is my goal. I think I'm going to go for the steps. And then also I already do all of the no's. Like I don't do any of those toxic 3s. So I'll probably go for the gallon of water a day.
Yeah, I'm definitely working on the water. I've been working on that one for a while.
Yeah.
Probably the movement for sure. I don't do the toxic 3 that much either. So, and probably a little more aligned with the intermittent fasting piece.
Yeah, I think sure. I'll hold that one steady. And, I've done those before. I'm pretty close to it, but I'm not really tracking myself well, right? And what you track matters what you track.
Energy flows where attention goes. Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. All right, friends. Well, we love you. Again, thank you so much for being part of our 7 healthy habits for your seasonal shift. We hope you have an amazing fall season. We look forward to running this challenge with so many of you. Please come and join us. And if for any reason this isn't the one, we will do them again in November, but it will be all the way till November. Don't wait to get better. Start today. We're here for you.
Yes.
We love you, and we'll see y'all soon.
Bye. Thank you.